Hi, this is Fen, Green Table Podcast. It is a great honor to have Dr. Wynstock Lori to be here with us. Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
Lori, I'll just call Lori. Lori works so much from day and night, literally. Start from probably 4 a.m. or 4:30 to every day, sometimes hospital visits throughout the night. It is a great honor for her to spend a little time with us. Thank you so much.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And then so our main topic is for Lori's passion for working out. For most of us, working out is hard. It's a drag. We do it because our doctor told us to do, or it is the good thing to do. It's a necessary thing to do. And so we drag ourselves to the gym. We make the plan that we have to do 2 or 3 times a week and all that kind of thing. But for Lori, you want to do it. It provides so much benefit. You have to drive, but if you can, you'll work out like 2-3 hours every single day. So tell us about from the history. How did it all started and then become now?
When I was a teenager, my mother would always exercise in the evenings in our basement in Chicago in front of the TV. And I was the oldest child. I am the oldest child. And we'd exercise together to a TV show or to Jack LaLanne or to whatever we could find on the television. And I loved the way I felt afterwards, even at 16. I would love the way I would feel like stronger, more energetic. I know now that was the endorphin release, but I didn't know that at 16. And through college, I always belonged to a gym or would run in my neighborhood, and I felt stronger and healthier than some of my classmates and friends, and I just never stopped. I've always exercised, and it's a huge part of my day, and I consider it part of my job.
So did you get to play sports or any other exercise before growing up?
So a little bit of tennis, a little bit of gymnastics, a little bit of just sports associated with being a student. But really, I just always exercised on my own.
That's really great. So from 16,
yeah,
from mom brought you and then do the TV exercise together. So ever since, how would you describe your frequency of workout? Like ever since your college or?
I think certainly since college, I've really exercised close to every day, even through medical school. And if I couldn't find the time to exercise, if I was on call at the hospital, I would park very far and make myself walk. Never take elevators, always take stairs. I would try to make up for it. If no one was around, I'd march around the hospital.
Wow.
Anything I could do to just sort of get my heart rate up, feel like my joints were moving. And, it's the same thing I tell my patients now.
Wow, this is amazing so this really means that for our definition of exercise, you do every single day.
I try to do something.
Yeah, even the time you couldn't, go to the gym, you would do the stairs, you would march on your own, and then so you really get your muscle activated, and
absolutely,
then the heart, rate goes up, everything. Well, that I didn't know, because now I've known you for years. And I know, you religiously go to the gym every single day, either to spin class or, join the class, and now working out with trainers and everything. But I didn't know that even on your own time, you would march in place or
I'll always try.
Wow. That explains, because when I trained Lori, it's kind of a very interesting, the case, because may I disclose your age?
Sure.
All right. So Lori, really, she looked like 48, 45, really. And when she works out, she looks like 35. I'm a trainer. I'm kind of professional. This is my profession. She can lift more than me. the endurance, overdone me and everything, right? The other day, this week, she was bicep curl 45 pounds. I was just like, wow, it's just amazing. And her heart rate is so low, right? It will be, dancing, everything. And now I have a heart rate, I'll be 140s, and I'll be hey, Lori, what's your heart rate? 121. We'll be dancing like 5 minutes nonstop already. And then so, every time if I ask her heart rate, it's because the dancing was a little harder. So I wanted, just make, where's the par, for you? And it's like, nothing. I was like, that is insanely great. So, you look so young, you're so vital. I'm 48. If I work over 10 hours, I feel exhausted. I feel like my reservoir is already depleted. I need an entire week to replenish. But Dr. Wynstock, Lori, she works, you probably work 14 hours every single day?
Probably.
Yeah. And that's at least Monday to Saturday.
Yeah. Sunday
like today, probably lighter with the paperwork and everything, probably is like a 6 to 10 hours. And she's still going, she's still loving life every second. She loves her patient and everything. It is, wow. So really take home message, if we start younger and then really understand the benefit.
Yeah. Though I don't think it's ever too late. I mean, I tell my patients in their 80s, even if they walk with a walker or they just don't, even if they have heart disease, you can always do something. You can sit in a chair and exercise. You can always find something that's good for your muscles, joints, and your cardiovascular.
So let's explore this. So if a patient or a person is 70s or 80s and they never worked out in their life and they're at this point they're overweight, they have trouble moving, their joint swollen and arthritis or degeneration, and I mean looking at their life, they probably have a few years in their lives and everything. So is it still beneficial for them to exercise?
I think it is. I think for their mental health, for their physical well-being, for everything. Yeah, absolutely. And I just starting very gentle. Mostly I will demonstrate and then they laugh, and that's okay.
All right. So and I also like to convey this importance of a medical and wellness team for people to understand how powerful this relationship is. So Lori is a doctor, medical doctor, MD, internist, the best. And then I'm a trainer. So we have helped, mutual patients together, from the medical point of view and from the fitness point of view. And I think it's very good combination to help clients and patients. So we got a few, in 40s, the family, or we got in close to 60 and everything. So and so this new case is 80s, right?
Yes.
And so right now he can barely walk, overweight, has a lot of issues, shoulder,
sure.
back, everything. So right now he's thinking about he's being your patient for a long time.
Yeah, 20 years.
20 years. And then so now he just got out of hospital
last week.
Yeah, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. So and then he and the wife not really very clear to do things and then
right.
go about life. So at this point, how do you think about for him to even engage a trainer such as me, or what's your thought on that?
I think you're right, a team approach where everyone can just practice deep breathing, moving their muscles, just sitting and getting the joints that you can move, moving comfortably, and just some really gentle range of motion, standing up, sitting down, moving side to side. I think you can always do something. And I think the team approach is everything, because he can't do too much, or he'd find that he can't do it, then he'll get discouraged, and then he won't try to do anything. But everyone can do something. And he's a prime example. But needing to work with a team that understands him.
Yes, yes. So, yesterday he mentioned he has a severe pain on his like a mid, left back, and then so I asked questions of what his movement, daily activity, everything. He basically just sit in a comfortable chair. Right. So my thinking is that probably just inactivity pain.
Sure, I think so. The muscles aren't used to moving. The joints certainly aren't used to moving. And the less you do, the less you can do. Yes. He's a prime example.
Yeah, so I was thinking that, right now he has a lot of pain moving around. So if I can help him, soft tissue manipulation wise and just release that tension, maybe he will feel better. So I told him that I will give it a try next time.
Yeah.
And then see. And also I feel, for a patient, example like him, there's not a lot to look forward in life.
That's right.
At this point, everything he does, everything he feels pain.
Right. When you live in constant pain like that, it's certainly depressing, and you don't think you're going to get any better.
Yes, and then you're already, in the older age of your life, and there's really not much to look forward to. You just go in and out of hospital, 3 times dialysis every week. And then now the wife mentioned each time it's become at least 6 hours long process because it's just already so messy right there. Cannot even find a van. So it's frustrating and depressing. So I feel like, even he would, we'll try like a 30 minutes phone call, try to make one appointment. The last Friday appointment was already changing 4 times.
Right.
And then he would call me and I'll leave message and then finally talk on the phone and then he will, he tries.
He does.
Yes. And then I feel even just, even nothing would ever happen, but just there's something for him to even look forward to.
Yeah.
I might have a trainer and there might be a hope I can lose weight or feel better or
breathe better, move better.
Yeah, I feel even just that, even we just continue to have this hope out there, even he will never visit the gym or anything, I feel that's kind of a good thing.
I do too.
For him
because I think he does feel that this is the end of his life, that there's nothing that he can do to stop this course, this train.
Yeah. So from your medical, professional point of view, what kind of a lifespan he's looking at the future?
I would be surprised on the course that he's on if he would live more than a few years at best.
Okay, right, got it. And then it's depressing because the quality of life of this few years is so poor.
That's right. He just sits all day.
Yeah, but and then so yesterday when I was talking to the wife, and the wife has little.
She does. She has some dementia.
Yes. So it was, it was trying, so we were talking about nutrition, and then she was talking about she really doesn't enjoy cooking. She tries and everything. So I was letting her know about those food delivery, right? The service, so you don't have to go to Ralph's or Gilson to buy those salad bar thing every single day. And then she was thrilled. Whether or not they really, do the service and everything, I just feel like for them it's such a joy for them to even have some hope.
Right. Which I think is the most important part. For them not to feel like they're just old, waiting to die.
Yeah, so back to your profession. Majority or your specialty one is geriatric patients. Tell us about that.
I think it's just something I gravitated towards. I like the wisdom of older people. I like feeling like I've really done more to help them. I mean, younger people, yes, some of them have a lot of medical problems and can use a lot of help, but I don't know, there's just something about working with older people that I enjoy most.
Don't you feel that, they're, in the end of their life and there's not much you can do, they're they're old, they have diseases and everything.
I don't feel that way. I do. To me, middle-aged is now into your 70s. I have a lot of people that are...
I'm an infant.
You are. You're a child. No, I feel that I have lots of people in their 90s and a handful who are 100. And
Woohoo!
some of them have great brains and amazing bodies. And I truly believe that age is just a number.
Wow.
I really do believe that.
Tell us about those hundreds patients.
I have a handful, over 100, that walk in.
Walk into your office.
Yes, and they don't drive, but they sometimes have a walker. Some do, some don't, and mostly sharp as a tack.
Really? Still?
Yes.
Wow.
Which just shows that not everyone gets dementia as they get older. And they're amazing. And some of them, a lot of them, most of them exercise. Yeah.
Yeah, so their secret to be still sharp in the brain and then, walking to your office at age, over 100. What do you think is their...
So I think it's several things. One is genetics. You can't...
Really?
Yeah. But tempered by moderation. They moderate the way they eat. They moderate how much alcohol they drink. They exercise regularly. And
all of them, right?
All of them. And they keep their brains
regularly.
sharp by physical activity, book groups, crossword puzzles, Sudoku. I mean, they're on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And most of them, are they, do they still family member around, spousal or kids, or they live in an assisted home?
I think half and half. Most, by the time you reach 100 or even your late 90s, I'd say the majority don't have a spouse any longer. And mostly women, just women tend to live longer. Families who are attentive but don't live with them. And so I think some live in an assisted living or independently in somewhere where their needs are met, where their apartments are cleaned and their food is prepared, but they do everything else themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And then for you really believe and you feel that they're such treasure for you, that you learn so much from them.
They're still, as much as they learn from me, I learn double that from them. About life, about perseverance, about the things that are really important in life.
That's very interesting.
Which is never, and they're all the same in that regard. They have goals, they have wishes.
They still have goals.
Absolutely.
Like, for instance, because...
So, being alive to see a new grandchild or great-grandchild, being able to travel.
They still look forward to travel.
Yeah, to visit their kids or family or one last trip somewhere.
And they still do.
They do.
Wow.
They do.
That is really
often not
awesome.
alone, but sure, they do.
Wow, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to Miami for school from Taiwan, there was this class, and then the teacher was asking about older people, and then all the classmates, in this country, I feel there's a last respect for seniors.
Yeah.
So I was, I don't know, but a teacher asked me something, and I was saying that if it's seniors in front of me driving, I will pay extra attention and respect, because I know as a senior, it probably has less reaction time and stuff. So I will make sure I respect that and give the car more space or something. And then I remember classmates look at me, it's like, what? And then they're like probably honking or like go far, get out of the street or something.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I mean, because for our culture, they're treasure.
Yeah.
We say, if you have a senior at home, you have a treasure at home, because there's so much wisdom, knowledge, experience, right? They walk more bridges than all your road combined.
Yeah.
And then and everything is
not true so much here.
Yeah, but so how do you develop this So if I allow me to say Eastern kind of respect for seniors.
I think just working with them year after year, you start to see that, wow, these are amazing people. They're interesting, their backgrounds are so interesting, the things that they've done, the things that they've lived through that we've never seen.
Yeah, so
never will.
Your patient's 100 years old, so they were born in like the 1910s?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
So the Great Depression, I have several that have been through the Spanish flu. I mean...
And they still remember, well, they were little kid, but...
They were little, but they remember it. And they lost family members, and here they are.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really amazing.
It is.
So when you came to medicine, was geriatric your field you wanted to do, or became...
I think it just became that way over the years. No, I actually wanted to be an OBGYN, but I didn't like it when I did it.
Oh, so you actually tried?
I did try, and I wanted to like it and didn't enjoy it, and just gravitated toward older patients.
Interesting.
And it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, you're the best. And also the way you work and the way you care for, like yesterday, the wife, she just cannot stop, praising about you and how great you are. And then, I mean, we all know, the nephew, we all know how great you are, but it's such a rare, your work ethic and everything, because you love your work so much that, from 4:30, you start to, follow up with your patients and do the, medical chart, and then you probably start to visit hospital patients, 6 or 7, and then all day. And then if people need medication, have questions and everything, you answer right away. This passion for any profession is rare. And for your profession, such a demanding environment.
And that's what exercise does for me. I mean, really and truly, a day without exercise is a day without sunshine to me.
Wow.
I think that it helps me just to feel like I can take in as much air as I need into my lungs, and I feel when I'm done like I can do anything. That's the bottom line.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So you feel rejuvenated.
I do. If
recharged.
I come in sleep deprived, like can I do this? An hour later, I say, I did this, and I can do it again.
Wow. Yeah, because every time you come into the studio, it will be like 5 p.m. and you're already up more than 12 hours, working entire time, very demanding job, dealing with patients, ill, gonna die, complications, cancers, and everything. And after 13 hours of the, intense day, you walked in, you lived, you hustle, you everything. I got, your husband, me, and another trainer, we always was like, we don't know how you do it.
I feel better afterward. And I know I'm going to feel better afterward. So I may come in and feel very tired, but I'll always leave feeling better.
So exercise for you is like sun, is like oxygen.
It's
nutrients
to
you. You know what? I think, next time when we work out, we should, just turn off our negative voice in our head. It's like, okay, this is going to be hard. It's going to be painful. It's going to be, drag. Why don't we try to think like Lori and then see. Just have a neutral mindset to walk into the workout and then see how we feel afterwards.
Yeah. And just think about taking in all that oxygen and all your muscles stretching and your joints moving, and picture it.
We really, and Lori's really my model. In 20 years, I want to look like you, I want to feel like you. I still want to have passion, such passion in life. Everything. It's you're a true inspiration for every one of us. Let's talk about your knee. I remember 3-4 years ago when you first came in, you had mentioned that you think down the road you will need to have some kind of surgery.
Right.
And then now,
it just doesn't bother me anymore. I think what happened is, and I feel like I really owe this to you, by really working on the muscles above and below the joint, I think it strengthened those muscles as well as the ligaments and tendons there, and I just don't have a problem anymore.
Yeah, that's amazing that, because at that time, and we only did a few soft tissue work, probably 5 total in the course of like 1 year. And then just by continue strengthening.
And I think also altering the exercises that we did a little bit to give a little more leeway to the joint. But it's fine, as is my back, which bothered me initially and doesn't anymore.
Yes, so talk about your back. So before you had mentioned sometimes when you wake up, you couldn't even move.
Right. I would have to wiggle out of bed and stretch a little bit, but that's gone too.
So now, like,
nothing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then you can do Superman with 8 pounds of ball. For now, the record is 1 minute and 30 seconds.
That's right.
It's even longer than your trainer.
Right.
And
I'm working towards 2 minutes.
Don't even mention about me. I probably can barely do 15 seconds. I'm not even attempting to do it because I'm afraid of my lower back. So it's gone such a long way.
Yeah.
Knees complete no problem. Lower back is strong,
Right. Actually, physically, I feel like I'm stronger and better than 20 years ago.
You're squatting heavy weights, your front squat, back squat, your deadlift. I don't even know. What's your deadlift right now? You got 2 plates each side, right?
Yeah.
Plus
probably.
55. So the 2 plates probably 80, 160, 55. Your deadlift like a 220.
Wow.
Multiple sets. No, it's looking at you working out, seriously, it's like a 35-year-old working out, and that's 30 years younger than your real age. So you mentioned that age for you is really just a number.
It's just a number.
Tell us more about it. We need to hear it.
I think that it's true. I have people in their 50s and 60s coming in and saying to me, well, as I'm getting old, I'm like, what? How could you even say that? But it is, it's a state of mind. And I think that that's something that you have to really believe in for yourself. I think you have to realize that it's true. You are only as old as you feel. And you can influence that. It's just a number. People that stop counting when they hit 50 or 60. So what? It's just a number.
Lori right now has no makeup on, seriously, and everything. This is all natural. It's just amazing. It's amazing.
I'm very fortunate. I think I have some good genes in there too.
Your mom's 90s, right?
Yes, she's
going.
Close to 90. And she exercises every day.
Still.
Yes, she fell and broke her hip. She made an amazing recovery and is back exercising.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really important. So if start today. The younger you start, the easier it's going to be.
Right. And I tell people, if you exercise and your children see you exercise, they too will exercise.
Talk about Jackie,
yeah.
Lori's daughter.
Well, I exercised always, and my daughter who's 31, saw me exercise always, and I think she does.
Yes. And her, boyfriend also, exercise regularly. They just, put a gym in their basement.
Yeah.
Got beautiful, benchers and the cardio machines and everything.
Yeah, they take it seriously too.
Yeah, I know Jackie when, she has very demanding work as well, medical field. And so when she has time, she will go out jogging and everything.
Yeah, she likes that.
Such great influence. So start now. You will feel better. And you can influence yourself and you can influence your family, your friends. So,
for sure.
Yeah, to become a happier world. Yes.
It's true.
And then so for the people that, let's go back to the joints. Because I think it's very important because, by now we all have some joint, aches and pains and everything. So it's a very great encouragement that, from your personal experience. And then you're a doctor yourself.
Right. I also think there's always a workaround. So if something hurts, you work around it. You may not be able to do the lunges you once did. You may not be able to lift 10 pounds up in the air, but you can always do something.
Yeah, so that's really important. So, from a doctor, point of view, you thought definitely in the future you will need to have some procedure or surgery done for your knee. And then by working around the problem area, start, regress the exercises and strengthen all the joints and muscles. And then with time, now your knee is like stronger than mine. I even have some bursitis, right? Sometimes dancing, I'll be like, I have to, not dance because it hurts. And then so I too need to take the advice that, regress, work around first, and then little by little build up.
Yeah.
And then, future, I'll be able to, don't feel, like insecure, like my knee gonna hurt or this and that.
I think that you can always find exercises that you can do regardless of which joints are your problems.
Yeah, work around. That's an awesome suggestion.
Yeah.
That's great.
On action?
Yeah, so the, entire COVID, we all suffer one way or the other of different, traumatic, experience or depression or, anxiety and everything. So many of my clients have severe anxiety situation. I want to, share some thoughts and encourages how we're gonna, live through another, God knows how long.
I think that it's been awful. I mean, truly. I've had more than 20 deaths, lots of people who've been in and out of the hospital with COVID. And I think that this coming year, I feel that we're going to make a lot of progress.
That's great to know.
Despite the Omicron, what's happening is that more and more people are getting COVID, so they're getting antibody production. And I think this is going to be our key to going from a pandemic to endemic. In other words, there's going to be pockets of COVID, but enough people who have antibodies either naturally from getting it or from the vaccine that we're going to see a big improvement in hospitalizations, and the people that are getting breakthrough cases are certainly a lot less ill. And I feel hopeful that this will be our ticket to some degree of herd immunity.
That's awesome. Because, last year this time, holiday time, we thought this year we would definitely can enjoy an open, gathering, a celebration, and then it wasn't the case.
No, not yet. Not yet. I think as more people get vaccinated, as more people get COVID, the situation will just naturally improve.
That's awesome. So hear from a professional, that's good. So it gives something to look forward to.
Yeah. I think we've got several more months where there's going to be a lot of unknown, and then we're going to be in a much better place by spring. Much better.
Spring coming up.
Not that far away. Not far.
That's great. That's great. So let's see. You have any question about fitness, wellness, or anything that you feel it can be really helpful for the listeners out there to help their wellness, the strength?
I think just never feel that you can't exercise. That's anybody that can move at all can exercise, even the bedbound, and just you need to find people that understand you and create a team of your own.
So how explain to people, because actually for 40 years, 40 some years of your exercising history, you've never had a trainer.
Right.
So you would go to the gym,
right,
and you would join the class, and then you had a lot of fun,
right,
with the teacher, with the people having the same class. And then it's really just this past 4 years that you have trainer. And everything. Describe the difference and everything, the beneficial and everything, so people understand. I always encourage people, a trainer or not, but find a team.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing. So for most people, when the going gets tough, they just give up. But when you're accountable to a trainer, you have a commitment. You're going to go twice a week, you're going to go 3 times a week, and like my husband, and you show up because you're expected to, and you have that obligation to the contract you made with someone. For me, it's a little bit different. I like the camaraderie of being in a group situation. I like the music. I like the people. But truthfully, I don't always think it was in my best interest joint-wise, and I don't think it was in my best interest strength-wise. I was doing the same things all the time.
Yes, and in a group setting, that there are limited weights.
Right.
So you're probably using a lot less weight than you could have.
I didn't know I could. I didn't
You
know
didn't
I
even
could
know
do better.
you could. Yeah.
Right. And I'm certainly in these years working with you much, much stronger than in the 20 years prior to that, which is interesting because I'm older, but I'm certainly strong. I'm stronger, not less strong.
Yes, you're stronger even from, right, so let's say 4 years.
Yeah.
Even compared than 2 years ago.
Right.
You're stronger, and you're getting stronger every week, every
And that's
month.
just from being pushed and believing that I can't do it, and then learning I can do it.
It's such a great, great, great thing that for us to learn. Age is really just a number. Look at Lori, right? At age 65.
But it is
and
true.
Still stronger
It is just a number.
every single time you exercise and believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And then feel better, feel stronger, and then, rejuvenate, recharge you, that you can take on the world, and which you do. Otherwise, there's no way you can see so many patients. You can work such long hours every single day.
Yeah, I think that's true. It rejuvenates you. Every hour you exercise is a gift.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so before, your husband, who is not a exerciser and still hate every single second. And then so before, I would always, think, why can't you just do one self-workout? Why can't you, either come for your self-workout or at home do that 5 minutes program? We tried everything. We tried the 30 minutes program, didn't happen. 20 minutes program, 5 minutes program, and then until, right now I'm taking to learn how to swim. And I completely understand how hard it is for something you're not familiar.
Right.
It frightens me every single time still that if I have to do that 25-yard freestyle. I don't want to do it. I'm trying to find an excuse not to do it. I can tell myself to do breaststroke, to do everything else but freestyle. It's frightening.
Yeah.
And then I find myself, if the coach, Eric, if he's not there, I don't go at all. Even I try my best to sign up with the membership and everything, right? So yesterday I was like, oh my God, I haven't tried to swim for a week because Eric is on vacation for 2 weeks.
It's a holiday.
And then I was like, wow. So that relationship with the trainer, with the coach, that really means a lot.
Yeah, it's a commitment you're making, and that's why the team is so important. And you don't mesh with everyone. I mean, you need to find the right team for you.
Yeah, it is really important that even me, I am a trainer, and I actually like swimming, and I want to swim. I really have a strong desire to learn freestyle. Yet I still don't go.
Right.
The trainer is not there. So yesterday I was like, wow, this is very interesting. So I thought about Michael, your husband, and I was thinking, I can relate more. It is really hard.
Yeah.
For such a
And it's foreign to him. And it's not anything that comes naturally to him. Whereas if you've been doing it for your whole life, completely different.
Before you come to the training session, especially now, it's a lot of, more loads, different exercises, and harder every single time because you progress so fast and so much. So as trainers, we have to, program accordingly and then continue to give your body appropriate the right challenge so you can be stronger and then be better. And so before you walk into the training session now, how do you feel? Do you feel excited? Do you feel scared? Do you feel like not sure? Or do you feel like I cannot wait?
I think all those things. I think, oh, what am I going to do today? What's going to be my challenges of the day? And then I think, well, I can give it my best shot. If it's too heavy, I won't lift it. And I'll go lighter. I never say never. I'll always try it.
That's really
And I always
awesome.
know when I walk in that I'm going to feel better when I walk out. I always think that. Always.
So, it's, so many things that I think every one of us should take notes. And all those, little things that are little voice in our mind that, try to talk us away from, doing good for our health and everything.
Yeah.
We should just encourage ourselves the way you do.
And I think it's just like reading a good book or having a great meal or seeing a friend. It's just that great feeling that comes afterward, like, wow, wasn't that great?
That's really great. Because even myself, sometimes I have to drag myself to work out.
Yeah.
And because
But you know that once you start, you're going to get into it and enjoy it.
I feel like accomplished.
Yes.
Accomplished.
Yes, that's right.
That I feel like, I know I do good for myself, my body, my mind, and then so I feel the accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. So we should just encourage ourselves. Just do it.
Yeah.
Because we'll feel better. We'll feel
Afterward,
stronger.
we'll always feel better. For sure.
That's really great. Perfect. So what are you looking forward to your own fitness journey?
Oh my goodness. Well, I would like to stay this fit and, always lose that 5-10 pounds around my middle.
We always have, across the board, people like obese, overweight, lean, healthy range. We always want that 5 to 10 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
What is this?
Just that middle. And just to stay fit, to be able to run upstairs, to not feel like I need to slow down. Those are my goals.
But right now, so far at age 65, you haven't feel that way. The
No.
problem is still you need to slow down. You haven't.
No, if anything, I feel stronger and better than 5 years ago.
It's really amazing, right? If you're like 30s, you probably already feel. A lot of people already tell me, even younger, even 20s,
Yeah.
they'll tell me that they run a couple flights of stairs and then they're already out of breath.
They just need to keep on doing it, and they'll get better and better at it. I think anybody can do better and can become more fit, and I think just true of everyone.
Yeah,
They just have to want to.
This is so okay. So, final words. How do you encourage all of us if we don't want to, if we're intimidated, if we feel that we're not fit enough to do it? We have all the little excuses, big and real or fake, and small and big. We talk ourselves out of it. How you encourage us to do it?
I have a few things that I tell all my patients especially when they say, I just don't have time to exercise. I tell them that exercise needs to be part of your job. And so you need to say to yourself, I go to work, or I work at home, and then you say, well, my exercise is part of my job. I have to do that as part of my job. And the other thing is always remember how good you feel afterward. And I think that if you can focus on that wonderful feelings that you have when you're done, it makes it will prompt you to do it so that you can have that feeling afterward.
So make it part of our job, our obligation,
Right.
and everything.
Your obligation to yourself.
That's actually true. Yeah, we it's our obligation to take care of this body, to keep it
Right.
healthy, be able to breathe, be able to move, to be able to do things.
For sure.
Yes. Yeah, that's a lot of, time people just, so busy at work with kids.
Right. I
with
don't have
everything.
time to exercise.
Yeah, that's actually the biggest thing I think
I
people.
think so too.
Yes. But, even at home, 5-10 minutes exercise, that works.
Yeah.
And that helps. And then like Lori, if you're, you have a 1-2 minutes on your own, you can just, do a stationary run,
You can do a plank in your office.
Yes, and everything. Do you do that in your
I do.
office? You do.
Yeah.
Tell us. So, so I don't think anyone can be as busy as Lori, right? So if Lori can do it, we can do it. So tell us, like, when you have a little 1, 2, 3 minutes time, what do you do in your office?
I do side planks and regular planks.
You just go down to the floor and do it.
Yeah, why not? It's easy. You don't get too messed up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you just go down to some planks,
Sure.
some side plank, and what else you do?
So I march in place. I contract all my muscles and kind of march around with the door closed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That I really didn't know. That's great.
Yeah.
That's also the
Easy.
secrets of how you keep vitality and your strength and your positivity, everything, so you can give back so much to all your patients and community.
It makes me feel much better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being such an inspiration. Any final words that you like to encourage all of us, during COVID, it's just such a crazy world out there. Take care of ourselves and how to love ourselves and be healthy.
Remember that this will pass, and we should try and enjoy our lives and just make exercise and fitness part of our enjoyment.
And part of our job.
Yeah.
It's our basic job to take care of ourselves.
For sure.
Thank you so much, Lori, Dr.
You're welcome.
Wynstock.
That was fun.
We are going back to the gym to work out right now. 1 hour workout and a 1 hour dance.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.